Alright, back for round one, and this hand's fine. So we're on the draw. Probably going to start off with Swamp Sarcomancy. It's either that or Salt Flats, and then into something. Our opponent starts off with a Swamp and cycling a Barrenmoor. That's interesting. I think I'm going to want to hit my first two land drops, and then play 2 drops while I run out the Salt Flats. So let's start off with the Sarcomancy. Get a 2-2 out on the field there. So our opponent's on like a blue-black control probably, which means he probably picked up all the famines and all that good stuff. Not the greatest for me to be facing up against, but I'll figure it out. So I'm gonna go Plains Mesmeric Fiend here. Let's get a look at what he's got to work with. So I'm gonna leave him with Brainstorm and Spinal Graft. I'm going to take this Manowar from him. So, he's got Brainstorm, Spinal Graft, Island, Swamp. So we'll smack him for 2 here. Then next turn I can go Salt Flats into like Sultari Trooper, Sultari Emissary. So, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't have any real good plays. He played one of his islands, so I have to remove that from my list in a moment. I'm going to run out the Salt Flats, get in for 3, and then play Sultari Trooper, I think, because that just has natural shadow. I mean, it really doesn't matter which of them I play, I suppose, but I'm just going to play this guy. So, he played an island and a Brainstorm. So, he has island, swamp, since I'm keeping track of him that way, and he's played the Brainstorm. Don't know if he has the spine. Actually, to be fair, I don't know what he has of those. He could have an all-new set of stuff because of the Brainstorm, but I know generally what he could have. So I mean, it's definitely one of those situations. It's like, sure, take a look, enjoy. I got beaters, lots of beaters. What do you want to grab? A shadow guy? Okay, you got a shadow guy. Alright, so we untap. We play the land he saw. We get in for 4, because I don't want to give him back his Manowar. Now I'll play the Stealthy Mercenary since I can start pumping it next turn. Alright. So he may have drawn into Famine, at which point he just blows everything up. Doesn't look like he did, though. Okay. I'm going to hold back on the Sultari Emissary just for if he does do it, because it doesn't change my clock at all. So, alright, so he's going to shuffle some stuff away and get a land, I guess. Well, time to hit him for a bit. Alright, take your damage. Play a land. Pass. Okay, so he's gushing into turn. He's trying to really find some sort of actual removal. I think right now his only out is Famine, which 2 of them went around the table, so he loses. Okay. He didn't even check to see if he could draw 1 more card, which is interesting. He still had 1 more draw step at the very least. Against this opponent, I actually think I want this Ankh of Mishra, just because it's going to make it so that he can't do quite as much as he'd like. I think I can actually remove a land. because I'm going to be carving out at 3, maybe 4 max. So I feel like I'm fine with that. And with putting in the Ankh of Mishra, I definitely want to not be taking quite as much damage. I kind of want to play that like once I hit 3 or 4 lands, so that way I know I'm stabilized. This hand's alright. I can go Swamp Carnophage. Just get the early beats going. Okay, well, we're going to be playing the Secluded Steppe as an actual land now. Because on turn 4 I can run out this Coercive Portal and just be like, hi, I got this. Unless he has a Mesmeric Fiend, but doesn't seem to. Alright, so always yield. I'll pay the life. Ouch. Oh, hey, cool, I get to Mesmeric Fiend him. If I Mesmeric Fiend him this turn... I'm not going to Mesmeric Fiend him this turn. We'll wait till next turn to Mesmeric Fiend him. Because then I'll have a clear shot at my portal. Okay, so he's going to tap my guy and draw a card. That seems reasonable. Basically means I wasted 1 life this turn. It's not the worst to waste 1 life in my deck. If he was able to keep doing that over and over and over again, it'd be a pain. But as it stands, it's not the worst. So next turn, I'm pretty certain I'm running out this Mesmeric Fiend, though. Let's see what he does. Manowar. Okay, sure. You can give him back my Carnophage. So I can actually go Mesmeric Fiend, Carnophage. Good enough, I suppose. So we'll go Swamp, Mesmeric Fiend. Manowar, Control Magic, Gush, Paralyze. Holy crap, man. Okay. So, Men times 2, Control, Para, Gush. I'll take one of the Manowars, I guess. Force you to Manowar that guy. And I'll play Carnophage. I don't know if he'll Manowar that guy. That'd be a little interesting. Get out a 2/2, I guess, for bouncing, and then I get to re-grab something else. So he only has the 3 lands, which is definitely an interesting thing to note. Control Magic could get a little scary, but it's not the worst. If he swings, I'm just going to block with this Carnophage. Trade out a Manowar for the creature that he'd be bouncing with a Manowar, so... And next turn I can run down this Coercive Portal and start drawing extra cards. Okay, so he's going to Manowar my Mesmeric Fiend, which I'm fine with, actually. I mean, it means he has another Manowar, but whatever. Because now I just go Coercive Portal. I'm going to draw an extra card each turn. I just basically played Phyrexian Arena, which doesn't make me lose life. Seems alright. He now has Control Magic up. One of these Manowars is dead. So he has Paralyzed, Gush, Manowar, Control Magic. +1. And that was his 1, a Deep Analysis. Alright, seems reasonable, I suppose. So, we'll yield to this. So basically what we're going to say is Homage. I want to draw a card. Okay, I drew an extra card. Alright. So we're going to run back out this Mesmeric Fiend. Make him have to go, that thing again. Alright, so what have we got here? So I'm going to leave him with Manowar again. So that way he can Manowar this guy. Gush. Paralyze. He has his own Sangrophage, or Carnophage. And Spinal Graft. So we're going to grab the Manowar there. Then we're going to just run out Phantom Nomad. So that way he can't be swinging. He won't swing anymore. So yeah. pretty decent. Interesting that he's trying to run out a Carnophage Spinal Graft package in his semi-control deck. Maybe he was trying to be a tempo deck, but he definitely is coming across as a control deck. Okay, so he's going to tap that guy down. That's fine and pretty well actually expected. Okay, he's going to Spinal Graft that guy, which is fine by me as well. So he'll get in for 5. Okay. Not gonna pay for this. I could, but it would leave me without anything to actually do on my turn. Cancel. Homage. I like drawing cards. Oh, good. Okay, so we'll play a land. We'll go... I don't really want to play out a mercenary yet, so I'm just going to run out 3 creatures here. Or, well, 2 creatures. Well, 3 creatures. I'll run out that guy, and that guy. Force him to start actually being proactive about what he's doing. Could have gone in for one with the Mesmeric Fiend there, I suppose. So he's played the Spinal Graft. He's played the Paralyze. He's flashing back Deep Analysis. So I know he has Manowar, Gush, Carnophage. And there's his land. So now he can play Manowar to like bounce something, I guess. I'm gonna go to 7. I'm just gonna take it and go to 7. Chimeric Idol. That's a little scary. Alright. So we're not gonna pay for that. Vote for Homage there because I want to draw an extra card. Okay, that helps. I mean, it'll make it so he's gonna probably control magic that, but it's fine, I think. Because the Benalis Trapper really just kind of stops him. Well, I guess he'll just he'll end up doing something else then. We'll have to figure it out. If he activates that, I'm just gonna activate this. He's not activating it. Alright, cool. Good enough for me. So yeah, I guess I probably have to chump. Not a huge fan of chumping, but well, I mean, if he could just like he'll control magic one of these two, or he'll go Manowar bounce one, make me have to block with one, probably. I don't know. There's a possibility for a variety of things. Because he has Manowar and control magic. We'll have to figure out what he does. Alright. So I can't tap this guy down. So do I give him back a Manowar? That is the question. I'm going to opt not to. I'm going to go to 2. Make him have to Manowar like this thing this turn. Which one again for 1, 2? Sure, that's Carnophage. Okay. Carnophage Manowar bounce that probably, or I don't know. Figure it out. Either bounce this or bounce that. Oh, he's gonna control magic that. That's right. Control magic. Good card. Good card. He's gonna gush here. Alright. So I'm not gonna pay for that. I'm gonna vote Carnage and give him a choice. He'll probably vote Homage, but it's an interesting choice I'm giving him here, basically. If he votes Carnage, he gets back Manowar. I lose my entire field. Oh, he did vote Carnage. Interesting. Very interesting, because I still have 2 guys here, so. Alright, well then I'll run out my 2 guys. Oh, sorry, this is my upkeep still. I get a card draw first. Yay, card draw. Alright, well, we'll run out of Dothy Mercenary, Fallen Ascari. Neither of my guys can block, so I just have to roll with it. I know he has double Mana War now, though. So, I mean, but he also gushed, so he can only play 1 of them. He's down the Carnophage as well, so the only things I know about are really the double Mana War. Here comes one of them, bouncing this guy probably. So, ideally I guess I'd find... Oh. So he's in a weird tempo deck. Interesting. And another Dothy Mercenary closes out the game in his favor. Okay, so his deck's kind of like a higher curve version of mine with blue instead of white. I'm going to bring in these Benevolent Bodyguards because they'll help protect my guys against his various different things. Let's see what else. Bring in Choking Sands, maybe? No, I have to take something else out. I'm going to take out this. No, I don't want to take that out. I'm going to take out one of the 2-drops, maybe. I don't want to take out the Ankh, though, because that really does slow him down a lot. Maybe just one of the Fallen Ascaris. Okay, well, we'll give this a shot. See what happens here. Alright, so we'll just have to figure out what he has and just kind of roll with it at that point. And our opponent's waiting to submit. Alright, we're going to be on the play. Alright, so we had triple black with some stuff. I'll try it. He mulls to 6, which really works out well with our double Mesmeric Fiends. We're just going to run out that good old Bayou there. Might as well. So he goes Swamp. I'll go Swamp, Fallen Ascari. Draw another Swamp, apparently. Then next turn Mesmeric Fiend, turn after Mesmeric Fiend, and hopefully I should rip most of the value out of his hand there. He's going to paralyze my Ascari, which is fine. Slows me down, which is what he needs, so makes sense. So we'll just run out this. Try to slow him down a bit. See what he has here. What you got, buddy? You have an Idol, which you're gonna lose. So you have a Spinal Graft and Swamp, Swamp, Swamp. Alright, so no Idol for you. Because the Idol was his way of actually doing stuff. Did he draw something? He drew a Fledgling Gen. That's a nuisance. Alright, so we're gonna run out of Swamp and then I guess get rid of his little combo with his Fledgling Gen there, so we'll hold that down. Make it so he's not getting in for 5 each turn. Basically just hold the siege right where we're at. Because now all he has is Swamps as far as I'm aware. Which would be Swamp. Maybe he has one other card, so he has Swamp X. So he's getting in for 2, which means he must have drawn something. I'm gonna pay it because I have nothing better to do with my mana right now aside from a Tyrant's Choice. Play that. I don't think he has anything with Flash. So, because I don't think there's anything with Flash in those colors. Yep. So we just get in for a chunk of damage there. And that thing hurts him again. He drew an island at some point. Now he has a choice. Does he want to actually try to get in for 2? And at which point then I'm going to crack back for a bunch. He's going to try it. So I'm going to pay my paralyzed cost here. Because it's worth it to me just to keep knocking down his life total. And that's kind of cute. I can play my Benevolent Bodyguard. And then like sack it to give this pro black. And get rid of the enchantment. So I like that. So his life total is definitely going down much faster than mine is right now. The double Mesmeric Fiend really caught him off, so... Oh, that's a Cloud Djinn. Well, that's interesting. Can't block any of these, but it's interesting. I'm gonna hold on to that. We won't pay it this turn. We'll let him be tapped. Oh, Dothy Mercenary. I like that. That works out nicely. Because the Dothy Mercenary will help close... I should have played the Benalis Trapper too. Darn it. What was I thinking? But the Dothy Mercenary will help close out the game real quickly, so... actually, I can like sack this, give that pro black, get in with both of these for 4, and then Tyrant's Choice him out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because he's down to 1 card in hand. Should be able to work. We'll see. Sack this. This guy gets pro black. So he untaps. Oh, I should have done during my upkeep. Darn it, that's what I did wrong. Alright, well. Oh wait, I can still get him. I drew a land so I can still get him. Cool. Okay, it's all good. We're gonna swing like this though. Because since I drew the land, I have enough to pump and still play Tyrant's Choice. So he's throwing the Carnophage under the bus. We'll go pump. Pump. Get in for 4. Tyrant's Choice. Win the match. Yes! Pulled it out. Alright. Well, that was round 1. Round 2 is going to begin shortly, but I'm going to end this current video. See you all in round 2.